Does God know what you're thinking? That's a question that just was occurring to me. I was just in washing the dishes, and I thought this many times. I think probably anyone who's been down the road of, self-searching and understanding probably has come up with this question in one way or another. First off, for those who don't know, I don't believe in a God as a him or a personal God in the sense that a lot of others do. I do believe, though, that the universe responds to our needs and to our desires if they are valid. And I don't understand how it works, and you can look into a lot of different people who have theories and tell us how to live and how to get good karma and how to raise your vibrational levels. All of that is speculation to me. I think that the only thing that really works is the individual finding a path of dedication to one thing or another that leads them to understand themselves and the world around them better. And religion, per se, is looked upon in many different ways, so I can't really delve into the idea of which particular religions, what they believe about whether God knows what you're thinking. But I think that to a degree, most people would agree that if there's a God, he probably does know what you're thinking. Otherwise, there wouldn't be passages saying that impure thoughts are a sin, for example. So this shows, to a degree at least, that God knows what we're thinking. Now, the reason why I was considering this is because I often talk to the universe in my mind. I thank the universe for my meals. I thank the universe for where I'm at. I show gratitude. And I think of them in words, often, in my English native language, but often it's symbolic. And I think you all know what I mean when I say symbolic. You're showing a feeling of gratitude. Now, many different cultures around the world have vocalized their thanks, but never really have I heard many people discuss whether or not you need to vocalize that appreciation in life. In other words, if you, in your heart, truly feel grateful for all things, is that known, or is that something that you have to express to a God? And I think for each person that would be individual. But the reason why it came to mind it seemed so important is because I was considering prayer. A lot of people pray in groups, and I know that group prayer has a lot of power. But I also know that group meditation has a lot of power, and there's no vocalization going on in that. It's actually devoid of thought. It would be the opposite almost. And I think what it is it's the mass group consciousness, the awareness of all the people in one place. And as to the actual words themselves, there's a lot to be desired as far as the necessity of having, say, ritual speeches or chants, if you will. I believe that particular chants in particular religions or belief systems have power because humans have given them power over the millennia, that we have spent and dedicated countless hours to these particular chants, therefore manifesting into creation a usefulness for them. That's just my view. But I also see things like prayer beads or crosses the same. They're symbol representations of an idea, but not necessary to have, such as a rosary, or I have 44 beads on it, thing that I like to feel each bead and be grateful for something. But I don't vocalize it. I just feel it in my heart. And so I guess that's an open question. I just wanted to know what do other people think? Is it valid? It's obvious that if you want to really express yourself, you want to vocalize it and say thank you to the universe out loud. But is it really necessary? Or is it something we do for our own egos? And consider that for a minute, though, because it may sound kind of absurd at first that we would pray for our own egos, but it makes me wonder, because often there's particular sayings that people use, and they feel very righteous about using these sayings. But my question is, how valid is thinking about something as opposed to actually speaking it?